Today on Great Places Seen, I continue my trip across the United States and back, driving through majestic scenery, hiking over tremendous textured terrain, and cycling commanding courses and trails, visiting amazing places along a nearly 7,000-mile journey that today reaches an amazing California desert crossroad in a treasured national park. The incredible dark skies of western Arizona again make way for a bright winter day in the Sonoran Desert. I'm waking up on BLM land in Quartzsite for the final time this trip. 4 full boondocking days here have been a treat, but it's time to move on. Yeah, I got a little bit of rain last night. You would never know it looking at the ground, but yeah, there's a little water up there. Need a little more to wash the dirt off, but that may be coming later in the day. Today, we're heading to California. Today we're on the move away from Quartzsite after several good days there and going to one of the places that my wife and I always wanted to see, Joshuatree. Here we go. On to California. This is a short driving day, which is nice, only about 2 hours. And I'll have plenty of time to get set up and take a quick look today. Plus I'll have all day tomorrow and a little bit the next day before heading out. So very excited to get a good look at Joshuatree, one of the most popular of national parks, and the photos I've seen, video, absolutely beautiful, stunning. So looking forward to checking it out in person. And there's no shortage of great scenery along the way. Arizona does not disappoint. All right, it's not just California. It's almost like another country. It's the Colorado River. That's the border with California. All right, we've made it. California. Beyond the minimalist welcome sign awaits the second California welcome. I almost feel like I'm about to go through a Mexican food drive-thru. It is a drive-thru, and instead of getting food, these people can take your food. Thank you. Fortunately, I got the wave through. Now a more welcoming welcome sign. It just looks very California, doesn't it? The Arizona mountains are firmly in the rear view. Ahead in the distance, the majestic Santa Rosa Mountains. It seems like I've got some ground to cover to get to them, but it's going fast. And I'm flanked along the way by the Chuckwalla Mountains to the south, and the peaks of the Palin-McCoy Wilderness to the north. Wasn't that what everyone wants sometimes? These impressive ridges really weren't that far ahead. There's also some equally impressive low clouds blowing at a good clip across the summits. I'm not sure what kind of a day I'm in for, but it doesn't matter. Just getting to Joshuatree is a treat I've been waiting for a long time. This is scenery I could look at all day. I'm taking a quick rest stop, mostly to check my maps and directions. Not a California condor, but a California crow? I guess so. Finally, a little rain. Wash off all that desert dust. This is the first rain I've really hit since Tampa. And it's not much rain at that. Almost there. My Mecca is in the opposite direction of that Mecca. There's plenty of dispersed camping here outside of the park. A bit of a momentous occasion for me because now I get to use my senior parks pass for the first time. I tried at Shenandoah National Park and failed because there was snow and ice up on the mountain. I couldn't go. Nothing's stopping me today. Joshuatree. I had to drive all the way across the country. Here we go. Joshuatree. The entrance from I-10 is very understated. In fact, there's no entrance gate to drive through. Seems odd for one of the most popular national parks, but as I will soon discover, it's big, spread out, and I'm on the end where fewer visitors tend to arrive. In fact, in the summer months, Cottonwood Campground where I'm staying is closed, along with some sections of Indian Cove Campground and Black Rock Campground. Those last two are located almost 50 miles away. The clouds are so low, I'm getting all sorts of different views on this route over the mountains. Sometimes bright sunshine, sometimes much darker under thick cloud cover. All of it fun to see go by. It's hard to say what weather is crossing the campground, but I have some time to watch it as I fill my tank for essentially 2 days on an electric-only site. If I had only one hookup, that's the one for me. I can't wait to get set up and on the trail. It shouldn't take long, but all afternoon time is precious in the winter because the sun will set very early. Check out those clouds streaming down from the north. At least the contrast in light makes for some interesting views. If the park looks this good from the dump station, I think I'm in for a real treat. The campground is interesting too. Most of the sites are small pullouts along the edge. They barely fit a Class A. And I'm even struggling a bit to make sure I'm in all the way and just off of the main drive. Not much room there. Plus, my site is uneven with a downhill slope. No way to tell that just looking at a map. I was thinking more of possible sunset views than anything else when I booked it. Beautiful location on top of this mountain for the Cottonwood Campground. No sooner did I pull in than it started raining and it got very cold. Kind of graphic, isn't it? I'm not sure how many of those are going to be out while I'm here, but I'll certainly look. I sat in the car, let it pass, and then got the trailer set up. But wow, it's really cold now. It's just cold, damp air. It was fine when I pulled in. Weather can change very fast up here. There goes the rain off to the southeast. Back this way, nice and sunny. I'm going to tidy up a few things here at the trailer and then head down to the visitor center. Good thing I booked 2 nights. I don't know how much I'm really going to see today. At this rate. Oh, we'll check out the visitor center and see what they suggest. All set up? Let's head to the visitor center. The Cayenne does really well towing, but it certainly feels like it's free when it doesn't have the trailer. It just really springs down the road. If you're enjoying what you see in this video, stop by GPS2 for more. I shot plenty from the car and on the trail. It's unedited video like what you would see if you were here. I put links in the description. Check them out when this one's over. After a quick stop at the visitor center, I'm at Cottonwood Spring, an important water source for Native Americans, prospectors, and miners who were in the area. Cottonwood Spring was first mentioned in a gold mining claim filed in 1875. The remains of a primitive type of gold mill can be found near the spring, but it's these huge palm trees that steal the show for present-day visitors. And the smell. It's almost like being inside an enclosed solarium of a botanical garden. Very different from the rest of the desert. Up here at the parking area, you're pretty much level with the tops of the trees. Actually, they're even above that. But you have to walk down to really see how tall they are. Impressive. Again, realize as you're watching, the temperature is a few degrees above freezing, but the wind is blowing, yet in this spot it's well overhead the floor of this depression. These things are huge. Wow. I have a feeling if I like what I'm seeing in the first 5 minutes, this is going to be a great visit. Wow, what a start. Just past the Oasis is a bedrock mortar, a Native American milling site used to grind seeds, nuts, and acorns. Much of the oasis is closed off to visitors to help protect the fragile ecosystem and allow wildlife to have undisturbed access to this rare and vital water source. Two distinct desert ecosystems, the Mojave and the Colorado, come together here in Joshuatree National Park. Since the rain came through, it has cleared up nicely, but very chilly. A fascinating variety of plants and animals make their homes in a land sculpted by strong winds and occasional torrents of rain. Oh. Okay. I'm okay. I have a thick winter coat on. It padded my short fall. The moral is, watch where you're walking while looking elsewhere with a camera. I did get a nice look at the palm trees behind me, a shot I might not have taken otherwise. I won't make that mistake again, but now along the lost Palms Oasis trail, I am about to make a bigger and potentially disastrous mistake a couple miles down the trail. In the meantime, there's much to see along this very undulating path that takes you up to commanding views and drops you into and through several slot canyons. This end of the park doesn't receive as many visitors as the other end, so it's pretty nice and peaceful through here. Even though there are other people, you get the feeling of having this all to yourself. What a spectacular area. The park says temperatures are most comfortable in the fall and spring, with highs typically in the range of 70 to 85 degrees or 21 to 29 degrees Celsius, and lows around 50 or 10 degrees. In the winter, highs are usually around 60 or 15 degrees and near or below freezing at night. It can occasionally snow at higher elevations, and as I mentioned, it's brisk at the moment. You'd never guess, looking at the plentiful cholla cactus and other warm desert plants that fill this landscape of sand, gravel, rocky outcrops, and very interesting boulder fields. All of that, that's mile 1? Wow. Wash areas through here are like huge beaches. I love these rounded boulders that are found everywhere in the park, each with features so unique and interesting, especially as you see them from different angles and in different light and shadows. At least there's still a good bit of daylight left. This may be close to the end of direct sunlight because there's some large clouds off to the west that the sun is going to dip behind before it eventually sets. There were several cars in the lot. My guess is a lot of these people are going to be coming back in soon. I think I'm the only one going out at this hour. I'm keeping an eye on those streaming billows of moisture over on the next ridge. It doesn't seem to be coming this way. And the trail continues. As I'm describing this, I should be more aware of what I'm doing and how fast it's going to get dark. With over 2 miles ahead of me, that's almost 6 miles round trip on foot, meaning it's going to take more time to cover the distance than I have light to see. Plus, of course, I'm stopping to film all these sights that interest me. I don't know if that means I've reached the oasis, or if it's farther in that direction. I don't see any palm trees. I'm up high right now, and that's deceiving me a little, because there's still direct light up here, where it's getting darker below. Occasionally I can see across to the very high Santa Rosa Mountains west of the Salton Sea. I press on. Every twist and turn shows me a new variation of this theme, and I'm loving it. I want to see more. Everywhere you look, there's something worth stopping to admire. There in the distance is the Salton Sea. These ridges behind me have some clouds rolling over them. I still see some direct light, but I'm not thinking this is the last light of the day, even though, of course, the peaks will be the last to see the sunset. Look at this rare patch of red in the winter desert. So cool! I love the contours, cracks, and pits in these rounded boulders. Such character in every unique rock. It is, however, this attitude and mental diversion that is slowly getting me into trouble. But I just can't help and stop to capture some of this on video. These little canyons are so narrow and fun to walk through. Plenty of them on this trail. Yet you can tell it's getting progressively darker, and I'm still walking away from the trailhead. The camera, by the way, is making this trek appear lighter than it actually is. Undeterred, I'm looking for the lost oasis. I'm going to find myself almost lost in the dark with miles to retrace. But look at that. Beautiful! Ignore that mountain behind the curtain. There's a red cactus here to see. Fascinating. The park website shares a story about boulders like this. Paul Miller from Ontario, Canada, planned to hike the 49 Palms Oasis trail and return to his wife at their hotel back in 2018. He never returned. The park launched a large search and rescue effort but found no clues. As an avid hiker and photographer, Paul prepared well for the 3-mile round-trip hike. Search and rescue teams found his remains near boulders off the trail a year and a half later. The park reminds us that even the most prepared hikers can run into fatal trouble here in Joshuatree. It is still a long way down there. Look at that. The trail is going way over here. I've come a long way, and I'm going to lose my light, so I need to turn around. Back we go. Well, I was hoping I would pop over a ridge and have a, quote, commanding view, but didn't quite get there, and so I need to get through some of these difficult areas like this little slot canyon before it really gets dark. The trail is very easy to follow, very wide, very obvious, lots of footprints, so even as darkness falls, once I get down here away, it's not going to be hard to follow it. And I have some lighting too, so see you back at camp. It's winter, it's cold, it's dark. I do have a substantial parka on and bright phone flashlight. Still, the trail posed some challenges on the way back, but obviously I made it. Long ago lesson newly reinforced. As we return for more adventure at Joshuatree next time.